What's going on, everybody? We are back with a brand new live Ask Me Anything today. You guys have been asking for it, and I have given you it now. So you guys must all make sure to hit that like button if you're new here. If you're not, make sure to hit that subscribe button as well. And in general, we're just going to have fun, guys. We're going to be taking all of your guys' questions today, and if it goes well today, maybe we'll keep doing this every single Sunday. But the biggest thing about this, guys, make sure to throw in the most unique question possible, and understand that I won't be answering every single question. I'm going to try my best to, but once the chat kind of gets overfilled, it gets a little bit tough. So if you guys do want your question answered right away, make sure to throw in a super chat. They're not needed, but they do help the channel and support us with being able to pay for the streaming thing. That helps for us, and it's very easy. And of course, guys, I do have two guests. You guys know who they are, and it is Ren Geekness. How you doing, Ren?
I'm good, brother. Thank you for having me back once again. I was today years old when I found out that Idris Elba was a legit kickboxer.
Oh, I was today years old when I found that out.
And there's a documentary about it.
Oh, see? And we also have Cody Curtis here. Cody, how you doing today?
I'm doing great. Honestly, I'm just really happy to be back doing this because these are a lot of fun.
Yeah, they are a lot of fun, guys. So again, guys, make sure to start throwing those questions in right now, and we'll be getting to them very shortly. As well as hitting that like button, guys. There are 14 of you guys. We want those like buttons as well. If you're new here, hit that subscription button. And of course, just let's just get to the catch up. First off, let's congrats Cody. He did reach his goal for his Indiegogo, so his feature film will be going into production in October, correct?
Yep, October 2nd is our first day of principal photography.
Look at that. Fantastic. Congrats to him. Is there anywhere else that people can support you if they want to send money in or anything of that nature?
In terms of money and all of our financial situation, we don't really need the support now. I will plug the organization that we are working with, which is Greater Portland Health, which is an organization that supports people by giving them patient-centered health care in diverse cultures and communities. But they also are doing a lot of things to help the homeless centers here in Maine. So yeah, there's that. Plus we also had a nice little article in a local paper published for us, which was great. But in terms of support, I would say just go check out the website and go check out our social media pages and just share what we're doing, because we're going to be doing more social media stuff. It's kind of on a break right now because we're just getting ready to film in the next few weeks. But yeah, everything's going great.
I love it. And Ren, when are you going to be making something new? New short, new?
Once COVID is over and I can get some producers on it, because I can't be a producer right now because I can't, without a job, I can only afford to pay rent and pay for food and eat during the month.
I understand that.
But if anyone wants to produce that is watching this, contact me.
There we go. And when my next short will be coming out will be when I graduate. I plan on going back in filming stuff. Filming scripts I've never done. I had a script actually written I had the outline of it during COVID, where like a man gets fired or furloughed from his job because of COVID, and he came home and he starts going crazy because he thinks there's something else living with him. And yeah, was it something? Was it his old imaginary friend, or was it
his girlfriend?
Yeah, she turned into a caveman. All right, let's get into the questions now. Damian Scott here. How many times have you all been to the theater since opening back up? Ren, I'll start with you.
3 times. Inception, Tenet, and New Mutants by their order. The only reason I haven't been more often is because my country is lame and they don't screen older movies like The Dark Knight or Lord of the Rings or Back to the Future or Star Wars or something like that.
Dude, no, our theaters aren't even doing that now. Like, they're not.
I just mean they are doing it in America somewhere.
Oh, okay. Somewhere, yeah. Cody, what about you? Have you been back?
Yeah, I mean, I've only
Did you
been
see
back.
Tenet?
Yes, I did see Tenet. I also watched. I did a double feature only because I don't have time to go to movie theaters right now. But I saw Inception first, and then I saw Tenet immediately afterwards.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask you a couple questions right now. Okay.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on Tenet?
Tenet. I
just want to score 10 out of 10, 9 out of 10.
I would say as of right now, because I do want to go see it again. As of right now, it's an 8.
Fuck you. Ren, I already know what your score is, kind of. So you want to improve it or no?
You want me to give it in numbers or just give it the score?
Numbers.
9.2.
Okay, he's You want to recorrect your number?
No, because it wasn't a 9. I can't stay. Okay. But I mean, more than likely it will change. I don't think it's gonna go down, but it'll probably be boosted up because I've only seen the film once, and there's a lot of stuff I still want to go back and try to analyze about the film.
Okay. And so real fast, what's everyone's favorite Nolan film right now? Ren, we'll go with you.
Inception, baby.
Okay. Cody?
Yeah, same for me.
Okay, so mine was Inception, and then I did the rewatch. And if you guys want my reasoning for this, make sure to go watch that ranking I did, because that was a fucking blast. You know, sometimes you do a rewatch of stuff, and you're like, God, some of these movies fucking suck. But not Nolan's. Like, each and every one, like, I just love watching. And then I'm going to start Fincher soon. I'm going to start James Bond next. Denis Villeneuve. Like, I'm thriving. You know what I mean? Like, those are 3 great things I can. Well, Bond, there's some bad ones. But
yeah.
Nolan, man. So Inception's. It's weird. Inception's still one of my favorite films of all time. I even say it's top 10. It's the same thing with like how Pulp Fiction's in my top 10. But in my Tarantino ranking, it would be my number 3. That's how Nolan is. Inception is now my number 3. My second is Tenet, but I think after a couple more rewatches, it will definitely go to number 1. But my number 1's Interstellar. I fucking love Interstellar. It's emotional, and every single time I've seen that film, I adore it. I really wish I would have seen that in theaters. It pisses me off that no theaters out here are playing it in theaters. I really wish they were. I would have dove back in. I would have gone back and seen it. It's literally a masterpiece. But going back to the question that you asked, so Cody, you've only been once. Ren, you've been a couple times.
3 times.
Okay, so I've been. Let's see. Did the drive-ins count or no?
I'd say yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I saw Jurassic Park in June,
Nice.
and then everything closed back down. Then and now I saw New Mutants at the drive-in. I saw Inception. I saw Tenet. And then I'm going back today to see Get On Up and 42 double feature.
Nice.
Bothman. And then next week, I actually have an in-person screener. I have a fucking screener in theaters.
Nice.
I'll say this. They did offer to send us a link, but I wanted to... First off, if I get a chance, I would rather just go see it in theaters. That's just my honest perspective. It doesn't matter what the film is. It's a romantic comedy. I don't really... You know what it's that Broken Hearts Gallery. If I have the choice, I would rather just go see the film in theaters. You know, even though I know it's not one that's like Tenet that you need to see. But... The other thing is I want to see how they're handling it. You know, I want to, in general, Wonder Woman's coming out soon. I have to just get used to, like, they're not going to send a damn press screening for Wonder Woman over the internet. So, yeah. What's your favorite DC show? Deep into the Film Court ask. Either Batman Beyond or Batman the Animated Series. Ren?
If we're going animated, Batman the Animated Series. If we're going live action, Arrow for sure. Good
choice. Cody?
I am, I gotta go with Ren on that one. Although, to be perfectly honest, for at least a little bit after it was initially released, I gotta say that Arrow, along with HBO's Watchmen, that came out.
Watchmen.
Those are tied.
Haven't seen it yet. In
terms of like what I think the best overall DC show is, Batman the Animated Series, 100%.
The Watchmen's perfect. Watchmen's fucking perfect. I mean, Watchmen is a show that it's funny. I watched the first episode and loved it. Watched the second episode and loved it. But then I stopped watching it until the very last episode so I could binge it all in one sitting. And it was a great time. I mean, I adored Watchmen. It's one of my favorite shows from the last few years. And a lot of the reason is because the creator of that also did The Leftovers, which if you've never seen The Leftovers, that's top 3 shows of all time for me. And it's a funny show because I hated the first season. Like, I literally despise the first season. I think the first season is not great. I think it's very slow and meandering. But the second and third season, they literally had to go back and redo, and they revamped it, and it was so much better. So, yeah. Noah Kraser asked, what are your thoughts on Yes God Yes? Well, I actually have a review for it because I got to see it at South by Southwest at the premiere last year. But for the sake of this, I love it. It was one of my favorite films from last year. I think Karen Maine is an excellent director in this, like as a director showcased in here. And I'm really excited to see what she does next after this very, very tiny film that's very personal. If you want to see a great coming of age, pun intended, you should definitely go see this film. Ren, I know you've seen it.
Yeah, I saw it when it came out on VOD or digital. I can remember. I really enjoyed it. Really fun movie.
Cody, have you seen it?
I have, and I love it. I know, Zach. When you saw it, you were telling me I was going to love it. You're right. I definitely think it is. For me, it's probably on par with Lady Bird in terms of coming of age film.
Better than Lady Bird. I think Lady Bird's a very well made film, but definitely at my second rewatch of that film did not hold up. I don't know what it is. I don't ever care to rewatch it now. I literally only own it because it's an A24 film. And the first time I saw it, I gave it a really good review, but it was like the second time I watched it, I was like not as emotionally invested. The characters, like nothing. Little Women, I think, is fucking amazing. Little Women's actually a film that improved on a second rewatch. So I don't know. Oh my god. I hate when you try to scroll and it just goes bye-bye.
Yeah. That's why I usually keep the questions up, so I know it was the last one.
Yeah.
If it happens.
What has been your favorite movie of all time? Wolf of Wall Street.
Avengers Endgame.
Cody.
For me, it changes day to day, but I think Inception is probably on the top right now.
Good. Gavin Ayeta, what is a film in color that you would like to see in black and white, and then vice versa? This is an excellent question. This is a fucking great question. Not that every other question wasn't great, but this is the type of ones that I like, is when it's very unique and we don't see these as much. What is a film that in color that you would love to see black and white?
I already have an answer for this.
Okay.
For me, there is a couple recently. I'll go with, there is one film from like a couple of decades ago and then a couple recent. The two recent, War for the Planet of the Apes, I would love to see in black and white.
That's a good one.
And then the other one is Blade Runner 2049.
That's a great one.
And then the original Blade Runner, because that is, in my opinion, it is more of a purely detective-based story. So seeing that in film noir, I would absolutely love to see in black and white.
You mean the biggest garbage ever?
Oh.
Okay, so what is a film in color that I would love to see? So Arrival is one. I think Arrival would look fucking beautiful. Us, and then Goaty does have the Get Out poster behind him, so I think that would look good. And The Witch. I think The Witch would be really, really cool to see. Now, vice versa, I can't really say that much because a lot of the black and white films I've seen, I wouldn't say they should be in color.
Yeah.
Like Casablanca, I wouldn't say that should be in color. The Artist should not be in color. The Kid, all of Charlie Chaplin's films should not be in color. The black and white aesthetic adds to it. But yeah, Ren?
For me, it's a tough question because when you look at cinema in color, once they got color, they started using color so importantly in cinematography. But I'll give you three that I'd be curious to see in black and white. One is Ex Machina.
Ooh.
Okay. The other one, and I just had it in my mind. Why is it slipping my mind? The other one is The Matrix. That would be interesting to see in black and white. And a third one would be it's the 3:10 to Yuma with Christian Bale and Russell Crowe.
Okay.
That's a great one. 3:10 to Yuma is really underrated.
Better than the original.
It was. Tyler Van asks, ultimate question, Godfather 1 or 2? 2.
Cody?
I'm going to be with Zach here. I'm going to say 2, but the fact of the matter is you never separate Godfather 1 and 2 because they're both perfect.
Did you see he's doing a recut of the third one?
Yeah.
It's not going to be as great still.
True.
I really don't think that's going to add anything. Ren, what about you? What do you say 2?
It's unanimous. Yeah, 2.
Okay. Would you
I've never seen 3 though, by the way.
Okay.
3 is okay.
Would you rather see your future or see your past?
Wait.
I can already see my past. But
yeah, it depends if you can change it or not. Because if I cannot change it, I already see my past right now. So
yeah. So I'd probably go with future. If I can change it, I'll go with past. Yeah. If I can't, I'll go with future. Okay. Cody?
Yeah, future for me too.
Hey Zach, can you all avoid spoilers? And I haven't watched it. We won't be talking spoilers. But I can't speak for the live chat. So try not to do spoilers. But I'll say this: even if I tried to talk spoilers, I mean it's almost impossible.
Yeah.
I will say there are some theories that I would love to talk about on here, but I won't for the sake of it. Hey Zach, love your channel. Big question: who do you think will play Big Game in season 3 of The Boys? So I can't answer that because I don't know who Big Game is, but Ren can because he read the comics.
Who could play Big Game? That's a really good question. Even if they bring him to.
So I'm looking up who he is.
He's basically a parody of Superman in essence, and every.
But isn't Homelander like the Superman?
I'd say Homelander is the twisted version of Superman. This guy is more of a parody of Superman.
Okay, so looking at him, I say Nathan Fillion.
Ooh, that's good.
Like just looking at the picture of him that I just saw, I would say Nathan Fillion.
Ooh, I don't know. I don't know because they'll probably pick a TV actor, an actor you usually see more on TV that is not coming to my mind right now. I can't think of
Brandon Routh.
Brandon Routh would be good. Brandon Routh would be good, man.
He's not doing anything now.
Nope, he is not. Unless CW wants to give him a Superman Kingdom Come show, but he's not doing anything right now.
Yeah. All right, then. Cody, have you watched the new season of The Boys yet? The first 3 episodes?
All 3 of them, binged them in one session.
Yes. I binged the whole season 2 in one session.
Let me tell you, the one thing that I fully enjoyed in the first 3 episodes is all the jabs towards Disney and specifically Disney kids.
Dude, honestly though, and we're not gonna get into spoilers, but like I didn't mention this in my full season 2 review, but because I didn't know the best way to word it at the time, but Vought is literally Disney in this season. Like Vought is fucking Disney.
Yeah. Except they're the origins. I'd say let's give Disney a break on that.
Joe Fletcher, top 3 Clone Wars characters: Ahsoka, Darth Maul, and Captain Rex. Now I'm only going with those 3 because I feel like they were the most fleshed out characters throughout the whole entire show. Ren.
I'll go Ahsoka as well, number 1, Captain Rex, and Plo Koon. I'm trying to only go through Clone Wars original characters, sort of.
What about you, Cody?
For me, I'm gonna veer a different off. Ahsoka, definitely. Ahsoka is definitely number 2 for me, though, is actually Anakin. And the reason is you take Anakin in the Clone Wars compared to what we got in the prequels. His character is so thoroughly fleshed out in the show that it made me. But after that, I'd say probably also Plo Koon.
Good. Zach, what is your favorite moment in The Wolf of Wall Street? This is almost impossible for me to answer, but I'll say when they take the drugs and he has to drive home and it becomes that whole fight scene. Ren?
Zach, I prefer not to phrase it, but you know what my answer is.
I know what it is. Cody?
Now I'm really curious, Ren.
Come on, Cody. You know me well enough to know the answer.
We're gonna have a talk later.
Just think about it. Just think about it for a bit.
We're gonna have a talk later, Ren. Okay. But anyway, I think my favorite scene in the film probably it's either the opioid or not, like the Quaalude scene. Yeah, it's either the Quaalude scene or when he's on the yacht.
Yeah.
He put it in our private chat.
Oh gosh.
Are you gonna watch all 24 Bond films? I'm going to attempt to.
I've already started.
Hello, Pairweight. Hello. We support you.
Hey.
It's amazing. Don't even subscribe to these 2. Just go subscribe to her.
Hey.
Yeah, do it.
Well, don't subscribe to Cody because he doesn't do anything.
Yeah, exactly.
Subscribe to me.
Yes. Tenet is a film I need to see more times to confidently place higher. There will be aspects I love about. There will also be things I didn't like. The Dark Knight and Memento are my favorite of his. I think Memento's a little bit overrated, but still, good choices. Would you eat cereal, Pop-Tarts, and grapes for breakfast? Would you guys?
No, I don't eat breakfast. No? I fast.
Oh, okay.
The thing is with me, in my life right now, my body, if anything is super overly processed or super sugary, my body does not handle it well anymore. So
that's me.
I would just take the grapes and put them in the freezer and then eat them.
Also,
Fair
I've
enough.
never had Pop-Tarts, so I don't want to try it for the first time for breakfast.
You should have one because they're a breakfast food.
But I won't have grape flavor
Mhm.
because I hate grapes.
No problem. Hey, so real fast, I need to go do something with my dog. So I'm gonna
All right.
leave, and you guys are gonna take over the show for a couple minutes, okay?
Woohoo!
Okay,
All right.
sounds
Leave
good.
a question up. Leave a question up before you leave.
Top 3 X-Men films, go.
Ooh, okay. Do you want
Oh.
to start, Cody?
Yeah, sure. I can start. Logan is number 1.
Mhm.
And then X-Men, X-Men First Class, X-Men Days of Future Past.
Okay, I pretty much have the same ranking as you, except Switch, First Class, and Days of Future Past.
Okay.
Let's make this more challenging. Let's take out the Logan. You can even keep the other Wolverine movies, but take out Logan and take out the Deadpool movies.
Okay. I never even counted the Deadpool movies very much as X-Men movies because although there are X-Men in them, it's not really X-Men centric. But so X-Men First Class, X-Men Day. Okay, so that would make so X-Men 2, X-Men Days of Future, or X-Men First Class, X-Men Days of Future Past.
Okay. I'm going with I'm keeping the same order as before. So Days of Future Past is number 1. Then First Class. No, First Class goes to 3rd, and then I'll go with X2 in 2nd place because I forgot it in the previous ranking.
Dude, X2 it's so good. Like even by today's standards, it still holds up.
It holds up really well. What are your top 3 worst though?
Oh, is that even a question? So
I just want to, because I think I can guess 2 of them, but I want to know the 3rd one.
Dark Phoenix is number 1.
Really?
Dude, I hated Dark Phoenix.
Wow.
I think it's garbage, and I'm glad Zach's not here because he would kick me out if. But so that followed by the heaping garbage that was X-Men Origins Wolverine, and then lastly, I'm gonna have to go with New Mutants, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah, I thought it was fun,
Wow.
but still, I think I had more fun with X-Men 3 than I did New Mutants.
Okay, I'm gonna say mine, and I want to check if you forgot a certain movie or if you genuinely just think New Mutants is worse. So for me, number 1 worst, X-Men Origins Wolverine.
Yep.
Number 2 worst, X-Men The Last Stand. Number 3 is X-Men Dark Phoenix, only because, like, unlike you, I don't hate the movie. I think it's bad, don't get me wrong, but I just don't hate it. I saw a lot of, not a lot, but I saw good things in it. But I definitely think Origins and Last Stand are way worse. Like, between Dark Phoenix and Last Stand, I'll take the Dark Phoenix saga storyline from Dark Phoenix any day. Even though that's not saying much.
Dude, they literally took at a certain point while I was watching it, I'm like, this is what happens when a studio looks at everybody and says, hey, guess what? We just sold our business, so we don't even care anymore.
Yeah. But the first half of that film, for me, not to say that everything was great up until that point, but until, spoilers for Dark Phoenix, everyone, until Mystique dies, I was like, this feels a lot like Civil War in a good way. Like the dissidents of the X-Men, and I really liked it. And then from then on, the villain came in, and Jean went away and was afraid of her powers, and then it just becomes a real mess.
Yeah, I'll tell you, the part that made me really, really sad is that it doesn't matter how many times she was on screen. Jessica Chastain, she just struck me as so bland and boring.
Oh my god, yes. They gave nothing to her character.
Exactly, which I'm very glad that she had it chapter 2 because she was amazing in that darn thing.
She is amazing. Hi, I'm back.
Hello.
Hey.
What are your top 3 X-Men movies, Zach?
Does this include Logan and stuff or no?
We did one with Logan and one without Logan.
Okay, so if it's with so it'd be Logan, Deadpool, X-Men First Class. If it's not those, it's X-Men First Class.
And without the Deadpool movies. Without Logan and the Deadpool movies.
Okay, that's fine. X-Men First Class. X2, X-Men Days of Future Past.
So we have pretty much the same, even though different orders.
Yeah. what are your favorite foods?
Ooh.
Also, there are 36 of you guys in here right now and 18 fucking likes.
Oh, how dare you? How could you? You betrayed him.
In terms of food, and I guess it's more now because I'm actually starting to cook more. Italian and French food is probably my favorite.
Yeah, I feel that. Ren?
I like on normal days. I like a good steak, very rare, with an egg on top, sunny side. On cheap days, pizza, baby. Always pizza. Family size pizza. Just for me.
Pizza party. I love everything, but breakfast is my favorite. Like waffles, pancakes, shit like that. Syrup all over. Remember, Cody? Remember that burger place I took you to though when you came out here?
Oh my god!
I took him to the best burger place in the world.
Literally, it was amazing.
Yeah, 37 of you guys, by the way. 37, 38. I mean, guys, we need those likes. Come on.
Have either of you, speaking of pizza from your Ren part, have you on your part, Ren? That's English. Have either of you made homemade pizza before?
No, I can't make it.
Dude, I'll tell you what. My all-time favorite. It's not something you put in the oven. It's a pizza you put on the grill. Basically, it's something my family and I try to do every summer. It'll either be summer style or this is what we'll do. We'll put the crust on the grill and then we'll flip it so one side is charred. And the side that we have that's charred, we put fresh tomatoes, fresh mozzarella, herbs, and a little bit of olive oil. Shut the lid, open it back up, eat it.
Yeah, I love it. Now, let me tell you this. We are not moving forward until we get up to 30 likes. We're at 37 people. This is like 30 likes and we'll answer the next question. Yeah, I'm going to start asking the questions. Ren, if you had to kill one Star Wars character and it's between Baby Yoda, Yoda, or R2-D2, who do you kill?
R2-D2.
Okay, Cody?
So was Baby Yoda, R2-D2, and who?
Yoda.
Honestly, because Baby Yoda could probably grow up to become a new Yoda, I'm going to say I would kill Yoda.
Good choice.
Because Ren, you don't kill R2-D2.
You don't kill Yoda.
Dude, R2-D2 could kill Yoda.
No, he couldn't.
Yeah, he could. He goes, dude, R2-D2 should have died long ago, and he never did. All right, we're at 31 likes. Thank you. And one favorite leading acting performance minus Nicholson. I want to say DiCaprio and Wolf, but go a little bit different. Jake Gyllenhaal and Nightcrawler. I was blown away by that. Or going from to an actress, Alicia Vikander in Ex Machina. Ren?
Is this of all time?
Yeah.
Okay, Daniel Day-Lewis in There Will Be Blood. Like, no question.
I need to watch that film again. I haven't seen it in so long. Because is that your favorite PTA film?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Cody, what's your favorite PTA film? Before you answer.
I would probably There Will Be Blood is I mean probably There Will Be Blood is the answer I gotta have right now. But it's not my favorite Daniel Day-Lewis performance. That's what I can say. My favorite Daniel Day-Lewis performance is still Lincoln. Like that's
fantastic performance.
Yeah, but in terms of all-time greats, if we're taking Daniel Day-Lewis out of it, I would also say around modern times where we are right now, Hugh Jackman in Prisoners is probably.
Yeah.
And then
great one.
Like back in the day, Jack Nicholson, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, yes, but I would also say Jack Nicholson in The Shining.
Good pick. Also, guys, I'm seeing tons of questions come in, so make sure, guys, to just if you guys want your question guaranteed answered, throw in a super chat. Again, they're not needed, but if you do want your question answered, just throw in a super chat. Just because there's so many questions coming in, and I know we're not going to be able to get to all of them. Yeah. All right, because we're already almost 30 minutes in, and we're not even halfway through. Good picks though. What is your favorite movie that's been made into a musical? What's your favorite movie that's been made into a musical? I don't get the question. Do you guys get it?
Okay, I maybe they mean musical that was made into a movie or movie musical, but other than like a
It's not
movie,
Cats.
a movie that was made into a musical. Oh, I think I know what they mean because Mean Girls was made into a musical. The movie
well, I don't know that.
Oh,
I can't answer
yeah.
it then. But if
I
someone
can answer those
Okay.
questions.
then answer it, Cody.
I'm gonna do this in two distinctions. I want to do movie musical and then film that was turned into a musical. Film that was turned into a musical. I'm gonna say probably Heather's is probably my favorite movie turned into a musical, but movie musical is probably either Bohemian Rhapsody or I would also say Rent is up there too.
Okay. Good
Alright.
picks. Good picks. All right. What's your favorite movie of all time that should get a remake? None. Do you guys have any? I have none.
I don't.
That should. I don't know. I don't know of any movie that should. Not that I have a problem with remakes. Like completely the opposite. But I don't know of I can't think of a movie that should get a remake.
But it's your all-time favorite movie that should get a remake.
Yeah, like if it's my all-time favorite, I don't think it should get a remake.
Yeah,
That's why
no,
I can.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you. Just
Zach, what is your one thing you don't like about Toy Story? Nothing.
Ooh.
You know what? You know what though? I wish if it's about the franchise, I wish there was a show. I don't know why there's not a show. I think especially with being with Bonnie, I think this is like primed to be a show, you know?
Because you won't get the actors back, and we won't accept anyone else watching the characters.
Yeah. What's a movie opinion that can make Zach kick you out? Just one.
Ooh, good question.
I think I know one for Ren.
Say it.
I probably have a lot. So go ahead.
So Ren, tell me, what's your opinion of Toy Story 4?
I love Toy Story 4. I just
All right. Okay, so I gotta go do something with my dog again. Okay, sorry guys. I apologize so much. So
is it the other dog?
Yes. I have to run them outside because they woke up. Favorite Disney live action film, but instead I want you guys to like give your top 5, and then I'll come back and give my top 5.
Okay.
All right. Thank you guys for understanding.
Yeah, no problem.
Go ahead, Cody.
In terms of top 5 live action Disney,
I'll have the unpopular opinion, by the way.
Now, here's the thing: is it Disney live action in terms of Disney live action remakes or actual Disney live action films? If we're doing it, if we do
I
it,
think it's probably remakes. I think it's probably remakes.
If that's the case, I'm gonna say number 1 is The Jungle Book, number 2 is Cinderella, number 3, because I don't really like the vast majority of the remakes that have come out.
Did you like Pete's Dragon?
Yes, I did. So that's probably my number 4. My number 3 is I didn't think Aladdin was bad.
Yeah, I enjoy the Aladdin.
So, number 5, and this is the territory we're getting into where I say I don't like these movies. Number 5 for me is Mulan. Dude, I know Zach likes Mulan, but I
didn't care for it. I thought it was okay.
I thought the movie was just so boring.
I thought it was a beautiful production, and then writing, they do something that like goes completely against the message of the movie.
Yeah. What about you, Ren? What's your top 5?
So, time for unpopular opinion.
Okay.
Lion King is the number 1. Why? Because a lot of people have problems that they kept the story the same. It's precisely because of that it works, and it's my favorite because the Lion King story is perfect. Number 2, and this is a really unpopular opinion, though I'm actually surprised to have seen people over on Twitter say that they enjoy it as well. Again, the Lion King is not as good as the original, but I did love it. So Lion King is my number 1. Beauty and the Beast is my number 2.
I completely forgot about Beauty and the Beast.
Beauty and the Beast?
Okay, dude, Beauty and the Beast? Yes! Oh my goodness. Okay,
Yes!
Screw that. Beauty and the Beast is my number 2.
Yes! Honestly, I really love Beauty and the Beast. Emma Watson can sing. I don't know why they put it on auto-tune. Dan Stevens, belts the fuck out of that new song that should have been nominated for an Oscar, and Luke Evans was born to play Gaston.
Yes, he was.
Number 3 is The Jungle Book. Number 4 is Cinderella, and number 5 is Pete's Dragon. Which Cinderella and Pete's Dragon specifically better than the original movies.
Dude, good choices. You know, funny thing about both Gaston and Emma Watson. Number 1, dude, you know who's an actor who I would love to see play Gaston? I don't know if he can sing at all, but I would love to see him play him.
Go ahead.
Henry Cavill. Like, dude, I would, because literally Gaston in just on story alone is supposed to be like the
I am back. Fuck them. I listened to them, and we don't allow these liars in here. Hi, thank you for taking. I was listening. It wasn't like it wasn't.
Dude, I showed.
I forgot one. It wouldn't make my top 5, but I forgot Christopher Robin, which is also really good.
That's a great dude. I remember the embargo for that was the day after it came out. They literally told us it was so stupid. I'm like, why did I even go to the screening? I could have literally just paid and went and saw it and got my review up faster. Giving mine, number 1's Mulan. I get, apparently no one fucking liked the movie. I'm getting death threats over the fucking thing. I'm just gonna say this, like, if you're someone who thinks I have an agenda with Disney, fuck you. Like, because that's not the truth. Like, I hate Maleficent 2. I think Maleficent 2 is fucking trash and garbage. And same with Artemis Fowl. If I had an agenda with Disney, I would have been hyping the shit out of fucking Artemis Fowl, and I would have been hyping the shit out of. I didn't get paid for those, and I got early screeners for both. So, fuck you. I love Mulan, you know, and you know what? I understand the shortcomings because that's the way you guys took it. For me, I like the differences. I like the style that they made the movie. I like the how it felt like. I'm not going to say it's as great as, say, Crouching Tiger or Shadow, but it felt like they were going in that vein. And I thought what the changes they made actually made it work. Same thing with Pete's Dragon. I mean, I know tons of people who hate fucking Pete's Dragon because it's so different.
Pete's
That's
Dragon
fine.
So good.
And I love Pete's Dragon. I mean, my top 5 Disney live action, my number 1's Mulan. I love Mulan. And Mulan, I'm not saying it's superior than the cartoon. It's not. The cartoon is a 5 out of 5. It's one of the best animated films of all time, but I like the live action, and it entertained me. I enjoyed it, and that's how I'm going to grade it. My number 2 though is Jungle Book. Still love Jungle Book.
Yeah.
My number 3 is Cinderella, which was way better than it even had any point in being,
and it's better than the original.
Yeah, honestly, yeah. And I'd even say Jungle Book, the cartoon. I have a really soft spot for that cartoon. The live action's better.
Yeah,
that's just the truth. My number 4 is, I can't even remember what my number 4. I literally just posted this yesterday too. I think it's Aladdin. I really like Aladdin, or it's Pete's Dragon. Okay, yeah. My number 4 is Pete's Dragon, and number 5 is Aladdin. You guys mentioned Beauty and the Beast though.
I love Beauty and the Beast.
First time I saw it, I really liked it. The second time I watched it, it decreased, and the more that I've watched it, it's constantly decreased. Now a lot of people could be like, well, that could happen with Mulan. I've seen Mulan twice now. It hasn't.
But over time, after maybe over time, but still the same thing I felt the first time I watched it, I felt the second time. I was still just as excited to watch it, and I think a lot of the hate comes because it's so different. If people were more attached to the Pete's Dragon cart, like the actual film, I think people wouldn't have liked the newer one as much. And I'll be honest on that. I think if that older film was more beloved nowadays, I think less people. But Beauty and the Beast for me, it's a good movie, but it's like for me, the thing that pisses me off the most about that is I don't like Emma Watson in that role, actually. I think she was miscasted. And when that's miscasted, the rest of the film kind of shifts. I think the film's good. I love Gaston. I mean, that's my favorite part about it. So you like Ben Stevens as the Beast?
Yes, I did. But who's your favorite like object? Like, is it Clockwork?
Ewan McGregor is Lumiere.
Yeah.
And actually, I'll say this: I think Gugu Mbatha-Raw should have played Nala, and Beyonce should have played the little broom thing that Gugu Mbatha-Raw plays.
I love it. And did you guys like the visual effects of how they made them?
The objects?
Yeah,
love it. I think they still hold up. The one thing I don't like, I'll tell you this: the animation, the CG on the technical aspect is great. I don't like how the same problem I have with Cheetah in Wonder Woman. I don't like how human the face of the Beast is.
Fair enough. Did we all finish this question, or did you guys not get to finish it?
No, we did finish it.
Okay. What's your favorite Spider-Man movie? Ren?
Spider-Man 2.
Cody?
Spider-Man 2.
Spider-Verse. Nothing. I mean, Spider-Man 2 is like
very close second.
Nah, it goes Spider-Verse, Far From Home, Homecoming, then 2.
No.
Yeah. Favorite theater experience.
Our top 4 is the same, just in different orders.
Okay. Favorite theater experiences. Okay. I've said it a million times. It's Force Awakens. You will never get a better audience than that first time seeing Star Wars in theaters. Like, again.
Yeah.
So, what about you, Ren?
I'll give you 3. The Avengers Endgame, and I mean the whole experience, because I watched the press screening in the morning and then the first public screening in the evening. And I remember that we got Avengers Endgame one day before you. So you and I had the press screening at the same time, or like you had in the morning, I had in my morning, and eventually talked about it. So that whole day was Avengers Endgame centric, and it was phenomenal. Number 2, the Bohemian Rhapsody world premiere in London. I got to meet Edgar Wright, and I watched the movie with the whole cast and Queen over there in the same theater as I was. Number 3, Greatest Showman, the sing-along version at the Prince Charles Theatre in London. Amazing experience.
Great. And Cody?
Bohemian Rhapsody, all the way. Avengers Endgame was great. I will say there is nothing that made me want to go to back in time and attend the Live Aid concert more than watching that darn thing in a movie theater. Because as soon as everything started, I went with a couple of friends and some family members, and as soon as that Live Aid concert started, we all were singing along with the film. It was good.
Good picks. Do you think Amber Heard will be in Aquaman 2? If not, who would you cast to replace her? She's gonna be in it. Here's the thing. If Ezra Miller is still in the film, then she's going to be in the film. I mean, that's just the truth. But playing on the fun side, who would we recast? Emilia Clarke.
Yeah,
stole mine, goddammit.
Do you have another one?
No, you stole mine.
All right. Nicholas Wood, favorite Deadpool quote.
I'm touching myself tonight.
I have one. I'm looking it up right now, though. Cody?
Favorite Deadpool. There's a lot. I'm touching myself tonight is a good one. I would also.
I love this one. You're probably thinking my boyfriend said this was a superhero movie, but that guy in the suit just turned that other guy into a fucking kebab.
That was good. That was good. I think another one of my favorites was Let's Count 'Em Down. I think it's.
One of my other ones is he goes, Jared from Subway, nice to meet you. No one laughs at that scene. And I think that's the funny, like, it's so freaking funny and stupid. Whatever they did to me, totally indestructible and completely unfuckable. Fucking waste 2 bullets on the corpse. Ugh, stupid. Worth it. I've never said this to anyone before, but don't swallow.
Oh, yes, that's a good one.
There's another one that he says that I love, and it's not a funny one. It's actually like a serious one. I'm trying to find it right now, though.
Like, there's one from 2, and I know you don't quite like 2, Zach, but this is the most obvious thing you could say at the moment. Yet it still makes me laugh every time. When Cable is beating him up, he says something, and it's like, "Oh, so dark. What are you, from the DC universe?"
Yes, that was funny. I love that. Okay, I found it. Here's my favorite. This is my favorite quote from the movie. It's not funny.
Are you going to tattoo it?
No. Here's the thing. Life is an endless series of train wrecks with only brief commercial-like breaks of happiness. This has been the ultimate commercial break, which meant it was time to return to our regular scheduled programming. I love that. I love that moment. Funniest scene in the Austin Powers movie. Oh, it's the tent scene. It's the tent scene when the guy's watching them. They're like pulling the stuff, and I love that moment. What about you guys?
Cody?
To be perfectly honest, I've never seen any of the Austin Powers movies.
I'm not alone.
You guys seriously never seen them?
No.
Yeah, no.
Oh,
I've heard
you guys should
lots of
watch
great
them.
things about them.
They're fucking amazing. They're so good. Please go watch them. Please
I
go
will
watch
try.
them.
I will add it to the list.
Worst date you've ever been on, Cody?
To be perfectly honest, I have lots of experiences when it comes to quote unquote dates, but it literally for the past few years it has ended with me showing up to some place and then being ghosted when I arrive after waiting for like an hour and a half.
That's terrible. I'm sorry. That's terrible. What about you, Ryan?
Yeah.
What was the question? I'm sorry.
What was the worst date you've ever been on?
Oof. Like luckily I haven't had that many bad dates. The one bad date I have is the worst bad date possible. Let's just say it did not end well after dinner, and it was Valentine's Day.
Oh, I think you've told me this one. You've told me this one.
I think I've told you. I don't know if I said it in public,
Yeah.
but I think I've told you.
I don't think I've ever had a bad one. Like, Gator McClellan. Yeah, I've never had a bad one. We got a super chat in here. Tennis seems to be doing okay, but the next few weeks offer a little excitement in the theaters. What release do you think gets things back to normal? Wonder Woman. I think Tenet. And then I think Warner Brothers smart. Next big film to come in theaters, Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
So.
Probably.
Yeah.
That's how I feel. I mean, I don't see. I mean, honestly, for me, I only see Wonder Woman being the next bigger film. You know, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So, but we'll see. Do you guys think Wonder Woman's gonna be good?
I think so too. It looks good.
I agree. What's the coolest / most memorable kill in a movie you've seen? That's a good question.
I think one, for simplicity's sake, I gotta take it back to the Dark Knight, to our boy the Joker. When he takes the magic trick. There's that, but also, dude, I'm gonna go when you and I saw Upgrade in the theater at the press screening.
Oh yeah,
like for the first time, like in the bathroom with the chef's knife.
That was a really bad moment. That was a gory moment. I loved it though. I loved it. Ren?
I don't know my number one of all time, but I have one that I love, and if I made a list, it would probably make my top 3. But the one in the raid, the first one, they're fighting in the hall, and he ends up killing all the guys off, and the last guy, he pushes his head into the downside of the door near the ground, and his mouth goes in. That's one of the best kills ever.
Fantastic. Probably one of the moments from Predator, the original. Just when the Predator finally comes in and wrecks shit up. What is most accurate comic book casting? We're only going to do one. But I would probably say Ryan Reynolds is Deadpool or Hugh Jackman is Logan.
The funny thing is with Hugh Jackman as Logan, old man Logan, but the funny thing is in the comics is Wolverine is not the way he is described inside of the comics when they cast him for originally for X-Men. It's like not at all what the character is in the comics.
I mean, he looked pretty on par apart from not being the same height.
Yeah, I mean, well, plus there's the same body structure too. Like Hugh Jackman was not that big in the first. He looked like a regular. He looked like a regular guy. In the
I'll give you that
movie.
Honestly, Zach, you took mine, so I'm going to give 2 as well.
Okay, that's
Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man, and probably unpopular opinion, Henry Cavill as Superman.
That's not unpopular. I think Henry Cavill is the best Superman we've ever had.
100%.
So I love it. I love it. Joseph. Okay, what the heck? I just watched Cars 2 yesterday, and it's not as bad as people make it out to be. But people have their own personal opinion. What are your guys' thoughts on Cars 2?
I'm with Ren.
Honestly, Joseph, I'm with you. I don't get it, but it's still the worst Pixar movie. Genesis. Zach, I love your channel and videos and the content. Gratefully great. Everything goes back to normal, positive, and I love all your videos. Zach, excellent. All you do is your best. Thank you.
He's all right.
Yeah, sometimes.
He's a good guy.
Would you like to see a sequel to Tenet? Actually, out of every Nolan film, yeah.
I'm not saying I want to see a sequel to Tenet, and I won't like it if they don't do one. But I will say it's the one that lends most to a sequel, outside of the Dark Knight movies, of course.
Cody?
I can't say I would want a sequel if they made one. I wouldn't complain because I love the world that Nolan built with this thing. But I would love to see an anthology series of films that take place in this same universe. I would love that kind of thing.
You know, there's like Easter eggs that people are like theorizing connect that this is in the same world as Interstellar.
Really?
And I was reading them and I'm like this is like the past before Interstellar happens. So
there's something there. I can see it.
Do you like Tenet's ending part? I'll just say yes.
Yeah.
This one is definitely. Do you guys think that District 9 should have a sequel? It should have already had one.
Yeah, it's not going to ever have one, but it should have a long time ago.
Ren?
I would like to see a sequel, but I'll also say I'm good if it doesn't. And at this point, I don't believe we will get one.
I'd never say never on that one.
No, never say never. If you ask me, I'm not betting on a sequel.
Top 3 Fast and Furious movies. Ren, I'll let you start.
6, 7, 5.
6, 7, 5. Okay. Cody?
For me, gotta go with 5, 6, and 8.
Ooh.
Mine's 5, 7, and 8. With an honorable mention to 1. I need to rewatch 6 though, because I've only seen 6 once. I've only seen 6 once.
6 is really good.
Kevin's baby.
What is so bad about Justice League, Ren?
The design of Steppenwolf, I guess. I enjoy Justice League. Don't put me on a spot like that.
Cody?
For me, this is what I'll say about Justice League is initially, all problems aside, I thought it was a fun superhero movie with a lot of issues. But now looking back and seeing what Joss Whedon did and looking what Zack Snyder is going to bring to us, I have even more problems with Justice League as a whole, because for me at least, I understand what the studio was trying to do, but it seems just so disrespectful to the kind of story that Zack Snyder wanted to tell and what Joss Whedon gave us. Because the way I see Justice League compared to what Zack Snyder is trying to do, Joss Whedon made basically Avengers 2.0, except called it Justice League.
Yeah. And you know what the thing about that is, though? I'm not saying this is going to happen. But what if it sucks?
Well, kind of redundant to say it, but it's going to suck.
You think it will?
No. I'm saying if it sucks, the Snyder cuts, the situation sucks.
Yeah. If it sucks, the thing I will say though is it might suck, but I think we'll get a really good idea of what Zack Snyder was trying to make, which is better than what Joss Whedon did.
I just think it needs to flesh out more of the arc he was creating, you know?
Yeah.
Favorite A24 film of all time. I think Ex Machina.
Off the top of my head, probably The Witch.
Cody?
Ex Machina for me.
Okay. What do you think is the most underrated one? Under the Silver Lake for me. I don't think enough people saw that one.
Haven't seen it yet.
Under the Silver Lake is good. For me, I'd say probably Midsommar, only because other than like film groups of people, I never hear anybody talk about the film.
Okay, Lighthouse is pretty recent, but it is underrated at this point. Ghost Story is really underrated.
Yeah. Oh, Ghost Story is.
I'm looking at it. Why am Swiss Army Man is really underrated because it's amazing.
Agree.
And Under the Skin.
Agree.
You know, I would say out of all of those, Under the Skin is probably the most underrated, because that film, I've watched it. I've never heard anyone talk about it.
Yeah, it's true.
No one talks about that one. Favorite moment in a Denis Villeneuve film? Easily, the twist in Arrival.
Yes.
I've never been more affected by a twist than that one.
That I would also say any of the scenes where Hugh Jackman and Jake Gyllenhaal are together in Prisoners is probably one of my favorite moments in a Denis film.
I'm gonna give you three. So number three, the highway shootout in the frontier shootout in Sicario, the reveal in Prisoners, which is like what in the actual fuck, and I will say the ending of Blade Runner 2049 gets more powerful every time I see it. I'll say the ending, along with the scene where Ryan Gosling goes into the chamber with the girl and meets her for the first time.
I've only seen that film twice.
Dude, I saw it 3 times at the theater. I couldn't get enough of it. Yeah.
Did you? Actually, no, I've seen it 3 times. 2 in the theater, 1 at home. Had to give my extra money towards that movie.
I've seen it so many times at home, I can't even count. I showed it to my dad recently.
You said he liked it, right?
Yeah, he really liked it.
My dad hates the first one, so he refuses to watch the second one.
My dad showed me the first one.
I hate the first one, so.
How dare you, sir?
Do you guys prefer casting directors getting celebrities to do the voices, or should they get professional voice actors?
Well, celebrities are. Here's the thing, though. The fact of the I don't like actors ever being put into a box, because one of the things that a lot of people don't know is that a good portion of the celebrities, quote unquote, film actors, they're also stage actors for the most part. And a lot of times actors, when they go to do voice roles, they also get vocal coaching or voice coaching specifically for the job they're doing. So, you know, at the end of the day, whether it's voice acting or it's film acting or stage acting, it's all under this umbrella known as being an actor.
Yeah.
But if there's one thing, specifically because I've been starting to do more acting work over the course of this year, I don't think it's appropriate to put actors under one particular category or box, because most of the time actors are trying to do everything when it comes to acting.
Yeah. I agree with everything you said, Cody, but I will say I don't like when studios get celebrities that are not even actors, like Pitbull or singer-songwriters to voice characters in an animated movie just because they're famous, and I think it diminishes the art of voice acting and takes jobs away from legit actors.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. Like that's you're right. You're absolutely right. I'll tell you, the one thing I'm waiting for, I'm waiting to get a feature film made. I want Troy Baker and Nolan North to actually be in a feature film at some point.
They're great as Iron Man and Bruce Banner.
I was just about to say that. Yeah. I will say, though, all I hear, though, is fucking Nathan Drake when I hear Iron Man talk. Yeah, it's all I hear. I didn't notice that Troy Baker was actually Hulk. I thought he was actually Captain America.
I thought so,
because I knew he was in the game. But he does an excellent job. And there's nothing wrong with Nolan North. I'm just used to hearing his voice now.
Yeah.
That it sounds like Nathan Drake to me. Yeah. So I was like, oh, that's Nolan North.
Because Nathan Drake is pretty much his normal voice. He didn't do an impression or anything.
Let me tell you.
He does do a good job.
Yeah.
If they ever created a live action version of The Killing Joke, I would want Troy Baker to play the Joker, because number one, he has the voice. Number two, and this is the most important thing, I think, or one of the most important things, Troy Baker actually has the physique to play the Joker.
That's true.
Yeah, and then if anyone doesn't like, if anyone likes the actress who plays Black Widow, guess who else she played? She played Abby, so fuck off. I do want to give a shout out to the guy who plays Thor Odinson.
Travis Willingham.
Yeah, and
real life husband of Laura Bailey.
Let's give shout out to Sandra Saad, who plays Kamal Khan. Freaking awesome. Like I said this to you earlier. I've never loved her as a character, but I love her in this game. She's so good. G. Colby Porter also asked, what is the worst and most unintentional hilarious comment you've ever gotten on your videos? Ren, you answer this. I already know you have one.
I shared with you on Twitter this one, but on my Aquaman review, which I gave a very positive review to, I really liked the movie, but because I had issues, I got accused of not liking the movie because I didn't know how to swim.
That was Aquaman, right? Yeah.
That was Aquaman.
Jeez.
Cody, what about you?
When I was doing YouTube videos, I think one of
Cody, you having a stroke? You okay?
yeah, no, honestly, it's just been so long. I would have to go back through my comments. I can't really remember any particular comments that were unintentionally hilarious and awful, but I'm sure there's probably some.
For me, there's so many I can't even go about them. There's some, like, I remember one, Assassination Nation. I gave that film a bad review because I did not like that movie. And one guy was like, "You're a fucking idiot because you didn't understand the meaning." I said, "No, I got the meaning. The movie was just made shit. The movie is just made like shit. It was just not a good movie. It was just not a good movie."
You know, actually, there are some comments linked to both me and you that I remember they're not unintentionally hilarious. Well, I guess they are, but they're trying to be scathing. It's when we put our review of Hereditary up.
Yeah, that's still the scariest film I've ever seen. Well, not scariest, but one of the most like dramatically horrifying films I've seen.
The movie was boring.
Yes, it was.
Fuck off, Ron. What Star Wars shows do you want Disney to develop for Disney Plus? I want an animated series with Luke, Han, and Leia after Return of the Jedi.
I agree.
What about you, Ron?
Old Republic. Anything in the time of the Old Republic.
Yep. I don't know how the fuck that's not even in development yet. Cody, anything else you'd like to see?
I guess one thing I would like to see is I would like to see an Ahsoka centric show, like the time between the end of Clone Wars to Rebels. I would like to see exactly how she grew as a character because she already had a really good established arc in the entirety of Clone Wars, but I want to see how she would have a different arc after Clone Wars and into Rebels before she met Ezra.
Good pick. We're getting a lot of the repeats, guys. A lot of these questions you guys are asking, we've already answered before. Let's see. All right, guys, I'm gonna take 5 more really good questions. Keeps this a little bit short for live Ask Me Anything. Maybe we'll come back next Sunday if you guys are all nice and polite. What is your favorite horror movie of all time? Cody, go.
Favorite horror movie? As of right now, The Babadook probably still is at the very, very top.
Awesome. Run.
Still The Exorcist, baby. Zach?
What was that? Sorry, it cut out for me. So what Run said?
For me, it's still The Exorcist. The original Exorcist. God,
that's a comedy. That was a comedy.
How dare you?
I agree with Zach.
Yes, thank you. My number one, I mean, for Babadook, but going off that, Army of Darkness, Cabin in the Woods, The Descent, The Witch, Get Out. The Shining's up there. Even though I really love Doctor Sleep, I really fucking love. I saw Mike Flanagan wants to do the Dark Tower, which I'm like, just give him it. Just let him have the Dark Tower and let him do whatever the fuck he wants to do with it.
Dude, when you said that, I had a thought that first I loved the thought that I had, and second I'm like, how come I didn't have this thought before? And that was Mike Flanagan should have been the director of Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness.
Yeah.
So honestly, yes, but I'm still really, really excited to see what Sam Raimi does because I've missed him directing films.
Same, dude, but I'm like, what the fuck?
I have a question for you guys. How much creative free, and this actually goes into G. Colby Porter's question. Do you guys think that the MCU lets their directors have creative freedom on their films? If not, do you think that might change in Phase 4 in the future? That's a great question because I was going to throw this out. Do you think Sam Raimi has some creative freedom? Because it looks like, who was the original director for Multiverse? It was
Scott Derrickson. The first Doctor Strange, I think he had a lot of creative freedom on how the universe looked and how it was felt and handled. I think he had a lot of creative freedom in there. But when it came to the story, that was more of the Marvel stuff. I think when Multiverse was coming about,
it was more of his concept. And then I think Marvel looked at it and said, this is supposed to be a probably more important film. I think they really looked at it and said, this should probably be a more important film. And especially after everyone's reaction with Mysterio mentioning the multiverse and that not being real. So I think that's why he left number one, is because I think he wanted to make more of a horror film and Marvel did not. But I think with this, I think Sam Raimi understands how to play the studio game. He knows what to give into and what he doesn't need to give into. And I think that's what's going to happen. I really believe Sam Raimi would not be signing up for another comic book film if he wasn't getting his version of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I also say, I think Marvel gives their directors a little bit creative freedom. Chloe Zhao, how do you say her name?
Chloe Zhao.
Zhao. Everything I've heard about Eternals seems pretty damn free. Pretty damn free. Shang-Chi seems to be pretty damn free for the most part right now. I'd even say Black Widow doesn't look like the Marvel machine for that one.
No. Look at Thor Ragnarok. We've already got it. Look at the Ant-Man movies. Like, they fit, but they're so different.
So they do. I think with these ones, though, the only thing they really do, because from what I understand, when they get asked, it's pretty much like you need to follow this, and this beat, but you just need to put it in your story somehow.
Yeah. And
sometimes that can affect the story, and sometimes it can't. But I'm really excited to see what they do next. Out of all Phase 4, though, the Eternals and this isn't including Spider-Man 3 because I still don't believe this film's coming out next year. I really don't believe this film's coming out next year. That's way too fast of a turnaround, to be honest, especially with everything going on right now. But in fact, I still don't even believe Uncharted's happening, but God forbid, we'll see. But I think Eternals and Doctor Strange are my most anticipated. Cody, what about you?
In terms of anticipation or in terms of the freedom that
both questions.
Okay, in terms of the freedom, I was actually talking with some friends about this, and it's talking with them yesterday, and it's one of the things that I don't necessarily like, not necessarily just with Disney or with the MCU, but also with certain kinds of TV shows. I don't like it when actors or directors are locked into a contract and they essentially give their creative freedom to do either other kinds of projects or do what they want to do with a project and give all of that kind of stuff up. I've never liked that. And when it comes to Disney, whether it's Star Wars or the MCU, that's been a problem. But recently, it's starting to look like they are giving their directors more creative freedom. So I am enjoying that. In terms of, I think the Eternals is the one I'm probably the most excited for.
Mm-hmm. Ren?
Yeah, Eternals for sure, followed by Doctor Strange, Multiverse of Madness.
So with multiverse, you think we're getting this cool? Like, I mean, Kevin Feige got to look at the Flash movie and be like, "I'm gonna outdo you."
Mm-hmm.
So I have a under or over 60%. We see Hugh Jackman in a cameo in that film.
See, I'm afraid of going over on specifics, but I would say I would go over. What was the percentage you gave?
60.
I would go over 60%. We see someone who has played a Marvel character outside of the MCU in the movie. I'm not saying Hugh Jackman.
Who would you say? Who would you say?
I mean, I would love it to be Hugh Jackman for sure.
I think the more likely one is Toby. I mean, that's
or Deadpool, Ryan Reynolds.
I've been saying it.
Even if we just see Ryan Reynolds, because he's now technically part of the MCU,
and that's what I've been saying. And I've been saying this since the beginning. That is the best area to put Deadpool in for the first time. Short cameo, and then I think that maybe even a couple months before you announce Deadpool is getting his own film, because we all know Disney is not going to throw money away. They know the Deadpool franchise is a moneymaker. They're not just going to reset it. And I think the biggest part for the reason is they're trying to either figure out, and I still think they're trying to figure this out. Do we connect it or just make it separate? Yeah. What do we do? What are we going to do? What characters do we want to give to Deadpool? Which ones do we not? Do we want to continue the Deadpool 2 storyline? Do we not? I think the best swing is to just go super meta and have Deadpool drop into the world and be like, what the fuck happened?
Mm-hmm.
And then I think you have the likes of Robert Downey Jr. You have the likes of, and you can play around with the snap. There's been 2 snaps now, so you can play around with what that snap has done.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Which, like, let's be honest. Thank you. Let's be honest. That's probably how Miss Marvel got her powers now. Is from the snap.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, you do make a good point. If they're gonna do anyone, it's gonna be Deadpool. It's not gonna be. I would love for it. Like I would love for it to be Toby, Andrew, anyone else though. Like that hasn't played one in a while.
I would say, I mean, honestly, before I give a specific answer, I would say over 60% we're going to see some kind of link to the X-Men in some way, but or the X-Men universe. The thing I will say though, I think in terms of the original cast, I think it might be possible we could see either A, Patrick Stewart, or B, James Marsden as Cyclops.
Really?
I
think they're gonna go bigger and beyond.
I'll tell you this: I wasn't even thinking about it, but why not have two MCU actors who have played other superheroes, Chris Evans and Michael B. Jordan, both as Human Torch in different universes?
That would be funny. That would be funny. That would be awesome. They're gonna go big though. They're gonna go big actors. They have to. They're gonna play around with the idea. For me, it's like I could see him getting Hugh Jackman back. I don't see Toby coming back though. I don't see Toby.
No, especially with all the stuff that's been coming out about how he is backstage behind.
Yeah. Well, the other thing that I also thought about it would be, so when we're looking at this question, we're looking at the characters. So Tobey Maguire, do you guys know who was originally supposed to play that Spider-Man?
Leonardo DiCaprio.
And do you know who was supposed to replace Toby though for Spider-Man 2 when he hurt his back?
I think I know, but I'm blanking on it. So if you
Jake
said it,
Gyllenhaal.
Yes, you're right.
So, could we get Jake Gyllenhaal in the suit? Multiverse?
I don't think so.
I think they could.
For some reason, I don't see it, but I'll be happy if I'm wrong.
And also, I think J. Jonah Jameson's going to be in the movie too.
Let me tell you, that for me is under 60%. But if it happens, I would be so happy.
Would you? Would you?
Yes.
What's the one actor you would want to see?
Honestly, above and beyond everything else, Hugh Jackman for one. But J.K. Simmons is J. Jonah Jameson is probably my number 2.
Okay. What about you, Ron?
I gotta go with Hugh Jackman as well. That'd be awesome. Or just bring on over Emma Stone as Gwen Stacy, a universe where she doesn't die and joins the MCU. And becomes
that's the best thing about that. Is still one of the best relationships in a movie, in a comic book film. I love it.
50 on it.
Oh, get the fuck out of here! You're gone. Fuck you. Get the fuck out of here. Cody, you want to talk shit about it too?
No, I really enjoyed the relationship. If I'm going to be honest.
Fair enough. All right, I'm going to take one more question.
Ooh.
And after this one, I'll take one more question. What do you guys think about Disney Plus's series What If? Ren, I know you want to talk about this.
Yeah, it's my most anticipated show on the Disney Plus schedule. I can't wait to see it. I love What If stories, and I just can't wait. I just can't wait, and it's awesome, and it's animated, so no limits.
The animation looks really cool.
Yeah.
Cody?
What was the question? Sorry, I blanked.
What do you think about the What If animated Marvel series coming up?
I'm excited for it.
But what are you most excited for it?
I'm excited that it literally will give us a different perspective of what the MCU could have been when it comes to certain things. And it'll give us a different lens to look at certain things for. And although the show is called What If, and we know we're getting different possibilities, we have no idea what all of the possibilities are going to be, which is exciting.
Zach and I have discussed this, Cody, and the first season looks like they're doing, this is a fun idea, or if we switch this around. But if there's a second season, I think the second season is going to go bonkers with the places they can go.
Dude, imagine if they did a What If episode where Tony Stark and Captain and Steve Rogers, they both just turned evil.
Or an episode where Captain Rogers is the one to snap and die.
That is true. Also, real fast, speaking of the Avengers game, if you guys I saw one question talking about if we've played it. Me and Ren have. Ren's beaten it. I'm almost done with it. I'll have a review for it up later this week.
Story.
Yeah.
big story.
I'm almost done with it from what he told me. I will have a review up for the game. It's funny. I'm really like mixed on the game. Like I love it in some aspects and like am really disappointed in other aspects. The one thing I want to put with it though, the main villain for that, I cannot wait to see until they put him in the MCU.
I have my pitch, Marvel. I know you're watching this video, Feige. Contact me.
Where do you think they put him at? You know they're going to use him eventually.
I think, honestly, I do think Ant-Man is the perfect type of movie.
Do you think Ant-Man 3? I think he'll be the villain for Ant-Man 3.
I think so too.
And the reason I say that is because they were supposed to use him for Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah,
and Marvel told him last second, nope. So I think so. I saw one more okay, there's a couple questions I'm going to take. Sorry, guys. Is that okay with you too? I saw a couple.
Awesome.
Okay.
Keep it coming.
Who else do you guys want to see get cast in The Boys? For me, one actor. I'm going to pick one actor and one actress. Number one actor, Andrew Lincoln from The Walking Dead. I'd love to see him do something else, and I think him coming to The Boys would be really cool. I don't know in particular who he would play. I just think it'd be really cool. And I also think it'd be cool if they can't get Jeffrey Dean Morgan. I think to have Andrew Lincoln come play that character would be really cool. The second person I would love to come into this show. It's Pedro Pascal.
Ooh, that's good.
Pedro Pascal for me, I think is literally the most underrated actor like working right now. I don't think enough people talk about him. Cody, what about you?
Me, I'm gonna do the same thing as you. I'm gonna put an unrealistic answer for the actor and a more realistic answer afterwards. But if there's an actor who I would love to see in The Boys that I know will never get a chance because he's not a television actor, it's Troy Baker. Like just from everything, just from all of the mocap work that he's done and the performances that he has given, I would love to see him in The Boys in some capacity. And then in terms of a realistic answer for the actor, I would love to see Jesse L. Martin in The Boys.
Who's that?
Plays Joe in The Flash.
Oh, good pick. Good pick.
And then for an actress, I would love to see. You know what? I would love to see. Gosh, what is her name? Whoever is who plays.
Don't take mine. She
plays.
Okay,
Actually, no, Allison Brie. I would love to see Allison Brie in The Boys.
Okay, run go.
So I'm blanking on the actor. I'm going to give you the actress. The actress I would go with is Kristen Ritter, who played Jessica Jones. I think she's a perfect fit for the world of The Boys.
I think, honestly, if they were to bring him, we'll get to this next. So just continue, but yes.
So Kristen Ritter would be amazing. And I was just thinking of the actor. Now I'm blanking. But bring on Michael Huisman from Hunting of Hill House, Game of Thrones. He played Dario Naharis.
Good pick.
I think he was Michael in Hunting of Hill House.
Yeah, new season of Haunting comes out in a couple weeks.
Yeah, October 9th.
I know someone who's actually seen it.
Can you say whether this person liked it or not?
No, I can't.
Gosh dang it.
Can you say who it was?
No.
In the private chat.
I actually know two people that have seen it.
Can you
one
say
people I know in the private chat I can, but the other people.
I think I know one of them.
There you go. I put it in there.
Okay, who's the other person?
You don't know them. They live out here.
Okay, so I was wrong. I mean, I know Sharonda, but she wasn't who I was thinking of.
Mm-hmm. It's okay.
Shit.
It's okay.
Sorry.
It's okay.
You're dead.
I don't think she's watched it yet, though. I just know she has it. Okay. I guess that's it for questions. I see you know what? I'll take. I see two. I'll take two more. Tony Collette or Vera Farmiga. Tony Collette.
Tony Collette, 100%.
All the time. Tony Collette. And then this one. What's your favorite foreign film of all time? This is tough. Because technically every Avengers Endgame is a foreign film for Ren. So
every movie mostly.
Yeah. So Ren has the thing that's tough about this question is because I wouldn't say that I've seen so many, but I have seen some. That's definitely like a big portion of my filmography that I've not viewed.
Mm-hmm.
The thing with it though is when I watch a foreign film, subtitles, if I can blend in and watch them, I'm taken back. And this year alone, I've watched a lot more international films, kind of dove into them, but still none have affected me as much as Parasite. I really do think Parasite is one of the best made films ever made. It's a film that is irresistibly watchable. It's impossibly. I mean, I've not met one person that did not like the fucking movie. I really didn't.
I have.
And well, fuck them. Well, fuck them.
I know.
Like I remember I took my grandmother and my girlfriend to go see this film, and I'm sitting there in the theater going, "Dear God, fucking, I hope they like this.
Yeah,
I hope they like this," and they both loved it. And yeah. So, Cody, what about you?
Me, favorite foreign film, Parasite is definitely up there. I would also give mentions to The Raid as being on there, and also Old Boy, and then in more of a dramatic sense, I would also put Cold War on there too.
Cold War is an excellent movie. Cold War is an excellent movie. Run.
Okay, I'll give you a list. I'm going to take the American perspective and just say a few great movies. So, Old Boy, Parasite, The Raid, they are all awesome. I'll give you also Michael Haneke's Amour, Amelie, Tiger, Hidden Dragon, The Hunt, starring Mads Mikkelsen.
The Hunt is great.
Train to Busan.
Pan's Labyrinth, Life is Beautiful, The 400 Blows, 8.5 from Fellini.
What's that slow burn movie? It's on Netflix.
Burning?
Yes,
I haven't seen it yet.
Oh my God, it's so good.
I haven't seen it yet. And Denis Villeneuve film I was missing, I've watched it in the meanwhile. Polytechnique is not Polytechnique. Incendies.
So I have not seen any of his films beforehand. Prisoners,
dude. But Polytechnique is great. I prefer Incendies, but both worthy of a watch. Incendies is a heavy movie. Like,
is it okay?
Don't watch it.
I'm excited to watch it. It's just like I've never bought in them, so they're movies that I definitely need to buy and watch. So good picks. I also
Jay Sony is bringing the Orphanage up from J.A. Bayona. Awesome.
That's a good one.
That was great. You want to hear a fucking rant about this, dude? Okay, so when I went and saw Monster Calls, they were doing a giveaway at the front for a $50 gift card, and they're like, "Who can name J.A. Bayona's first film?" I fucking threw my hand up so damn fast, or like one other film he's directed. I threw my hand so fucking fast up, and I'm like, me. I was literally gonna name his whole filmography. Me.
Didn't pick you.
Lady fucking, I was the only hand up for like a solid 2 minutes. Little kid raises his hand on his phone, like little 6-year-old. The mom's like, say the orphanage. And he got the $50 gift card. I literally yelled, fuck you out loud. Fuck you. I literally knew the movie, and you said, no, I'm going to give it to a child. That child has never seen The Orphanage, and probably to this date, that family has never watched The fucking Orphanage. And you know what's funny? I watched them. They left in the middle of the movie because their kid was fucking crying too much. So, ha. Monster Calls is a masterpiece. I love that movie. I love it. I love it. Where is it? It's right behind me.
I did feel bad during that movie because I went to watch it with a few friends, and one of the friends that was with me, his mother had passed away from the same condition, and I didn't realize it until it was happening in the movie, and I'm like, wait, and it all started connecting in my head, and I was like mortified that he was watching it.
See, that happened, dude, when we went and saw Endgame, one of my friends, his dad had literally passed away like 2 days before, his dad has seen every comic book film with him, and like I turn over and he's like sobbing throughout the whole film. I'm like, dude, you need to walk out. And he goes, no, it's just so beautiful, and I know my dad would have loved it. So,
that's rough.
Yeah, I'm like, damn. All right, Tyler Van, have you ever been in a fight? We'll end on this. Cody,
I have, yeah.
Okay, Ren,
I have. Let's keep it at that.
Okay. And yes, I have 2.
Did you win?
Yes.
Nice.
I got suspended once.
Ooh.
I was getting bullied, and so I got fed up with it. So I went and punched him in the face and insinuated a fight. And then I knew I was going to get suspended. So I literally walked up to the office and said, I already know you're going to suspend me because I see all the security running over to that area. So you can just suspend me. And I called my dad, and my dad took me golfing.
Wow. The last fight I had in the school, at least that I remember, because I had fights outside of school, was
Ren was fucking Vegeta in fucking high school.
Ninth or eighth grade, and I was starting to let my hair grow at the time, and it was during that part of the growing hair process where it looks like a bowl cut, because I have very straight hair and look awful, but I wanted to let my hair grow. And the class nerd, the guy who was bullied by everyone else that I had never done anything to, starts to bully me during a class. You guys have seen wrestling at least at some point in your life, right? Yeah. So after class, I let him.
Did you John Cena him?
No. I hope you get the reference. If you don't, just look it up quickly on Google.
Okay.
So I let him leave the class first. I let him walk a little bit, and then from like 15, 20 feet away, I'm like, hey, and I call out his name. And when he looks, I start running and I spear his ass to the ground and start stomping the crap out of him. But I wasn't suspended then. The one time,
what grade were you in?
Eighth or ninth. But search for spear in wrestling if you don't see what I did to him. But the one time I got suspended wasn't because of a fight.
Why were you suspended?
That's a story for another day, my friend. The question was if I had ever been in a fight.
Okay, fair enough. All right, guys, we are going to end this Ask Me Anything. Thank you guys so much for watching. You guys are seriously all the best. Should we do this next Sunday again?
Yes.
All right. Again, we'll do it next Sunday. But these interesting questions better keep flowing in, guys. Thank you guys again. Yeah, thank you guys again so much for watching this. Let us know who you guys would love for us to get in next week. Maybe we'll bring in a fourth guest. Maybe I'll let one of you guys come in.
Woohoo!
If I really care to. JK, I would love for you guys to do it. It's just, again, this is more of us, a reunion, stuff like that. Cody, where can they find you? How can they support you? What are you up to? What are you doing? And what are you watching?
Well, if you guys want to support...
No one gives a shit.
Okay, so
I'm kidding. Go.
Yeah, I know. So at the current moment, I am getting ready to get not pre-production.
You're speaking on a live podcast. Be honest, Cody.
Be honest. Yeah. So at the moment, principal photography for my feature film Suffocation is getting up underway. We are going to be having a lot of business meetings to discuss finances and all that stuff, since all of our funding, thanks to all you good people and a few people on my end, have been so fully supportive of this whole process. But if you guys want to keep in touch with everything that's going on, just follow my social media pages, which is Instagram and Facebook for the most part. And then we also have a dedicated website, which is suffocationfilm2020.com. That's where you'll be able to find the majority of the stuff. For the other stuff, I'll just be posting stuff or photos of stuff that's going on Facebook and or Instagram. So that's where you can find me.
Ren, what about you?
You can find me anywhere: YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and Tinder at Ren Geekness.
Oh my god!
Fun, guys. I just noticed I forgot to monetize this video.
Oh
no!
Damn.
Fuck.
Damn it. There goes my 25 cents. All right. Thank you guys again so much for watching this. This week's a little bit weird. I really don't know what reviews I have out. I think I might have an Antebellum. I don't know. I got the screener and then I went to the account and it was taken away. So that's cool. I really got to go pee. So thank you guys again so much for watching this. And of course, until next time, stay classy.
Bye-bye.